Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I came to bring about a bit of evening cheer. I am specifically speaking to my good people on the Real Beauty of Black Relationships page. I know that I may be streaming to my personal platform as well as to my YouTube page, but I am speaking specifically to the Real Beauty of Black Relationships my page, the Real Beauty of Black Relationships on Facebook. If you haven't joined, if you haven't subscribed or followed, well, how the fuck you that shit? The Real Beauty of Black Relationships fan page on Facebook. Please do as such. It's just called the Real Beauty of Black Relationships. It's not called the Real Beauty of Black Relationships fan page. Just the Real Beauty of Black Relationships. And I don't generally ask people to do nothing about it, but I'm addressing that page. But I like to say I like to stream to all my platforms just for the sake of First of all, I guess if any of y'all coming on here looking, come on and look and see it. And for the second part of it, just for the sake if one platform decides to trip out on me, then I'll make sure I have a copy on the additional platform. But yeah, I was thinking, I hope this evening finds you all well. I didn't know whether I asked that or not, but if I didn't, I hope this evening finds you very well. Morning, noon, or whenever you might come on and see this. I'm a little bit under the influence of high quality marijuana. Don't judge me. But I guess I might play into what I'm about to talk about tonight. I was just thinking, and one should think at least 3 times a day, deeply preferentially. And really, I guess I wasn't really thinking. I guess I was just consuming content, browsing social media. But then I got my alert because there's certain things that I have an affinity for. I tend to be drawn to or figures or influencers or whatever. And Kendra G, my guy Charleston White. So it used once upon a time used to be some of these other creators, but not so much. Pretty much a lot of my time is spent trying to perfect my craft in doing this because it's very lucrative. But that's not the point I'm here to make. I was sitting there, and I mean, it's not the first time I thought it because I've been watching Kendra G for a little while. I wasn't watching Kendra G during the pandemic because I might have been foolish, but I can't even say that. I could just say that I wasn't watching Kendra G during the pandemic when she really came up. But I think I really found out more so found out about her in 2020, maybe 2022, but more so 2023. And I sit and watch and me being a person that's been single for quite some time, and how single I've been, I choose, I refuse to answer at this point. Maybe you might hear me say so if I perchance, um, one choose to go on Kendra G, and two, if she selects me for a questionnaire, but I consider going on that motherfucker. Matter of fact, I got in the queue and everything. Uh, I guess I was feeling myself, but then again, it was like, I don't know if I could turn this mug around or not. I don't know if I can. Can I do this with this camera? I don't know if I can, but yeah, maybe I can. No, I'm turning the camera off. I turn around like this. You see that plant? That's that plant. I got that my sister's funeral. Like it may be weird to some of y'all, but I mean, I don't care if it's weird or not to some of y'all. I don't give a fuck because y'all whatever. But I get this. I got this. I got my sister a flower from my sister's services, and in my mind, it's like it's, and it may be against all my mama Bible and all that type of stuff, like my mama Christianity. But in my mind, I feel the spirit's always surrounding us. So my sister's spirit is a channel. It's channeled through me through that plant. So it's like I was sitting here, I was thinking, and I was watching the show, and then I kind of looked over at the plant, and I said, I thought about this was my eldest sister. My eldest sister was constantly, because I am a I'm beyond at least if I'm not beyond middle age, I'm well in the middle age. And my sister was constantly trying to hook me up with somebody. I don't have any children. Not to say that I didn't have the opportunity. That when they say pro-choice, not I could have had children, but I didn't have. I don't have any children right now. Never been married. Uh, I'm not on the corner with a couple nickels. I've never been to prison. I mean, not shitting on niggas who might have been to prison, whatever. I'm not a functional mentally um, you can't even say that no more. Mentally incompetent type of person. Um, I think I have a modicum of intellect, and by modicum I mean a tiny bit, a fair share of intellect, smartness. I'd be pretty smart. So I saw the show come on, and I thought about myself as I was thinking, considering going on there, because it's a dating show. Uh, and that's cool. Uh, and then I watched it, and then you think about, I see some of the young ladies that come past, and I hear some of their requests, and I mean, you can't fault anybody for what they aspire to attain, But then I also think I said, well, gee, if if every little baby can write us a list of Santa, why can't shoot, I can write me out a list of requirements and things like that. Really, I really don't have to. I don't ask for too much. Being the introvert that I am, being since I've been single for some time now. I guess but then this is what a lot of y'all niggas be begging for. Y'all be begging for peace. I just want you be my peace, be submissive, be my peace, man. If you've been around women, sometimes women can't even, in a lot of cases, and women and females, they can't even really be their own peace, because a lot of times they're going through inner wars, well, wars in between themselves. They have conflicts within their own spirit or essence or mental processes. But I was gonna go on Kendra G. I was in the weight room. Um, Shoot, it was on the YouTube. It was on the StreamYard. That's why I'm on StreamYard now. I said, well, shoot, since I'm already on StreamYard, where you done gone in Kendra G in weight room, let me go on here and tell the Real Beauty of Black Relationships page. Now, the Real Beauty of Black Relationships page is not like one of them podcasts that be trying to. I'm not gonna be that. I'm not that guy that's gonna sit here and tell other guys what is the how do I say this? Scrutinize. I'm not gonna scrutinize and pick apart women. For the sake of content and entertainment. If anything, I'd be trying to talk to figure out what some of the mindsets of some of these black males are, because it's troubling, and I have quite a few of them on my personal profile. I scroll down and I see. I mean, like, man, y'all really don't like it. If not only you may not like black women, period, but dark skin, and then it's like you don't want to, but then it's like, oh, you don't want to believe that niggas really had. Well, I shouldn't say niggas, because niggas is dark skin, and we know whatever I like, our kind of people. We better stick with whatever our kind of people. We might be a little trepidatious on on super high yellow. Let me stop. Let me stop. Yeah, but this is true though. This is we might be a little trepidatious. Traditionally, those folks that were of the higher yellow class, because they were considered to be those who were more adjacent to the house or favored by massa. But we talking about the Kendra G show. I've been watching it for a while, and I watched the ladies come on, and and then you watch some of the males come on in there too, and then you hear they have to tell about themselves, because you can't really catfish when you're talking on the camera live. And I was like, what's this shit? Here I sit in my west suburb, uh, West Chicago suburb appartement. Um, but at the end of the day, it's like when they say how much, and I think one of the questions is how much money should the woman make. My answer to that question would be shoot enough to where she's still able to maintain her standard of living to her liking. You know what I mean? Because unpopular opinion when they talk when folks talk about the hair, the nails, and the pedicures, or the toenails, the fingernails, makeup, and these there were certain things. I mean, I would like to think there are certain things that there's certain things about yourself in which attracted me to you. So in my attraction to you, um, you either was you had went to a particular hairstylist. Maybe you might have done your own hair. Maybe you went to a particular pedicurist. I may not see your nails. I may see your toenails. But I like pretty feet, and not to say I'm a freak foot fetish, but I like pretty feet. You know, that's a you take care of your dogs. Now my dogs is ugly, but her dogs need to be A1. But that's some superficial shit. So when it comes down, they say, well, how much should she make? You know, yeah, this amount. Now, me being at the age in which I am now, if this question would have been asked to me, would have been asked of someone maybe a bit younger, maybe my mid to late 30s, maybe call me a little early 40s. When it's a question about the children, in my mind, either none or they need to be in their upper teens. Um, And then it's bad enough, y'all. Some of y'all had to take care. Some of y'all women in my bracket and in my speed, y'all had to take care of y'all grandchildren. So it's pretty much like you still got little kids because you got your grandchildren. It's what it is. So. And then it's like, well, shoot, okay, well, not to say I'm gonna go and be a weirdo like some, and I mean I shouldn't be judgmental by calling some of my fellow gentlemen, but then I guess you could also say some of these fellow ladies weirdos. But I can't go in the 20s now. I'm beyond now. 35 and up. I'm in my early 50s. 35 and up is cool for me. You know, but then there's also a question about, you still have to question those who are older. Sometimes those who are younger, who are maybe 30 on 30 on with 35 down to 30, they may be very much more intellectually astute, but then I guess that might come as a byproduct of not being psychologically and emotionally damaged and some of these folks they like to call them Leroy's or Ray Rays and Pookies or whatever. But then again, it don't necessarily have to be a Ray or a Pookie that detrimentally harms the psyche or leaves a single mother to root for herself. It could be a Richard or Elijah or my nephews. I got two nephews by the same, or Joshua, or Joshua. One of these guys who you might consider the high value man, or facsimile thereof, a medium value man. You might have left. You could. Them niggas leave. They brides up with kids too. Talking about that ain't my kid. The name that ain't my kid. And maybe the woman might have pride. She might be she might be an enterprising woman. She might have a degree. Might have had a focus or determination for her life, but now she has to deal with the existence of her child in her life. But then they say, well, she should have chose better. But hell, I mean, she should have chose better. But in my mind, and when situations and circumstances, when I happened to have impregnated the certain women that I was with, I didn't necessarily make it all her choice. I mean, and a lot of times, you kind of remember the moment when you and some people like not to call the embryo or whatever the zygote. And there's certain standards of what may be a baby. You feel, but I'm gonna just say this like that. You feel when that connection is when you have fertilizer, because it's not the seed is not a seed until both parts come together. You know what I mean? I guess no, we'll say what it is, because the women got to go through that shit every 30 days. They have an unfertilized seed to come out them every month. So niggas still talking about my seed. You retard. You have a necessary component in order to make the seed viable. You have to fertilize the seed. And, it's just like a bee not spreading pollen for the most part. But all I say is that during the times when I was doing it, I felt, when I had that child, because generally a few months later, because you know it. But don't let me get out. But the question that come up on Kendra G, what about children? Can she have any children? And that would be my. I mean, I don't, because there's so many little y'all pervert niggas around. I don't want to be, because I don't. I don't even want to be in that type of. But no, because that'd be like, for me to say, that'd be like you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel like you can be trusted around little kid. No, I mean, some of y'all niggas is perverts. So I really would prefer, if I do have date a woman or get involved with a woman with children, that their children be old enough to communicate and tell their mother if anything of impropriety might happen to them, and their mother would be confident enough to know that their child is telling them the truth. But yeah, Kendra G, man, I was gonna go on Kendra G tonight, y'all. I said, well, what if people see you? Telling a whole lot of people watch Kendra G. You never know. She might make you a highlight reel or whatever. Then it's like I thought to myself, well, gee, I just got an email reminder from my realtor saying, remember renters due May 1st or the first of the month. Well, whatever. The little court courtesy message that I don't know if everybody gets a courtesy message from their mortgage company or a courtesy message from their landlord, but mine tends to do that. For the thirst with the thirsty asses. Just because I'm not a Section 8, it doesn't mean that you have to remind me that I had to pay to be here. Anybody on here? I sell chillin' scented candles. Hit my link in my bio. All right, Jarrell, you got man. Everybody don't eat that swine, Jarrell. Come on, Jarrell, man. I know you got some. Really, it's about to be summertime, and you got some motherfucking banana pudding scented candles, or some watermelon scented candles, or some barbecue rib scented candles. You might be winning. But that chilling shit, say that shit for around. Really around the holidays is kind of unnecessary. I don't know when precise. You really need to work on your business plan, Jarrell. I don't think chilling scented candles. If you're gonna have something that you want to make something that might bring back that reminiscent of them good old times when we was little itty bitty babies and chilling. Maybe some of that Kentucky fried. Get a Kentucky Fried Chicken candle before they start genetically modifying that motherfucking Kentucky Fried Chicken. Now you'll be a bad motherfucker. That old you can sit when man, when you drive past the KFC, you be like 500 yards where you smell that chicken. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. If you got them, if you make candles, my nigga, give us some watermelon, some barbecue chicken, and barbecue ribs. You could be beef. It could be beef and pork ribs. It don't matter. Yes, sir. You did. But man, I was about to go, Jarrell. Man, I was about to go on. I was about to go on that Ken. I ain't lying when I come on here and say I was about to go on that Kendra G shit. Cause in my mind, I see it be males on there, but then a lot of males be homosexuals But then some of them guys just be like lames. And then some guys be like, man, it's some of the niggas to be on there like, nigga, what you even doing on here for, man? And I guess that goes to the point, I can't call it. I can't. But then I guess some women might say about the bras that come on there too, though. That's all I got to say. I got to call my mama. You know, my mama, man, it's gonna hurt. And you always, when if your mama's still living, Jarrell or anybody else that might hear this message, any woman or any female, any person really in your life, cherish them time, ask them questions. Especially if they getting close to their time, ask them questions that you want. You can even ask that question. Well, when you gone, how should I be? Because I asked my mama this, and I'm gonna ask her again a few more times. What do I do? How should I feel? How do I deal with the feelings of you being gone? I know I asked her one time. She said you'll be all right, and the way mama say you'll be all right, when mama say you'll be all right, you'll be all right. But mom, I need love. But then them gals, some Kendra G might say, nigga, you a mama boy. And this shit, y'all better hope y'all little baby, y'all little babies, y'all little baby boys and baby girls had a type of love for y'all. And really, I wouldn't even want to be around a woman where they kids don't have the love for them that I have for my mama. Get it, Jory. Watermelon. What, man, shit. I ain't no, hey. I eat a ice cold piece of watermelon next to a peckerwood, nigga. The peckerwood like that cracker like that watermelon too. When I grew up in West Virginia, McDowell County, Southern West Virginia, the patch, it used to be an old hillbilly that had a ragged ass truck. It used to be the produce truck. He have a truck full of produce, have all that bullshit, them greens and all, nigga. Nigga, shit, you ain't shaming me. I'm a nigga type, NIGGA, descendant of the nigga our people. Even though some of my people might be ashamed what that term is, I know what that term is, my nigga. And I'm supposed to be on my Real Beauty Black Relationships page, but I'm a nigga all the time. This the nigga flag. You ever heard of nigga? This the nigga flag, man. You see how them gold stars in America? Cause there's niggas in every last one of them states. Cause we built this bitch. Reparations now. You damn right, nigga. I eat fried chicken. Matter of fact, I'm mad I ain't finished on. I need to find out what kind of chicken I'm eating tonight. I got chicken in the fridge. I need to thought it, man. I ain't even prepared for my dinner. Cause I'm a third shift nigga, so this pretty much right now. This is like lunchtime to me. The middle of the day. You goddamn right, Jarrell. You better tell them niggas. You better tell these people that shit. They want to they talk about sanctuary cities. How you gonna make a sanctuary city in a city full of niggas when the niggas ain't never had sanctuary? And they well, I live in the suburbs of Chicago. Well, here in Washington, he came up with sanctuary. Yeah, he came up. We came up with it out of the compassion that the motherfuckers ain't had nowhere to go. He ain't come up with it from the perspective that we got to take care of motherfuckers. They do the jobs that black folks don't want to do. Black folks don't do them jobs because them jobs don't pay. But if y'all giving the motherfuckers money and giving them an option to be comfortable until they find a job, because in the sake of political correctness. Matter of fact, since we on here, I was gonna keep this. Since I'm doing this like this, I ain't got to do another video for this. I saw this video on my nigga page, my nigga my nigga Pew page. I went to college. I went to Fisk University. I went to the nigga college. I went to the premier black college of the South, the Fisk, well, not Fisk University. Like, I got plenty of bougie niggas that came out of there, but it's some real niggas down there at Fisk that I met at Fisk University. But my nigga's conservative because he's a hard working nigga. But he shared this video. Hold on, let me make sure I get it to where it's at the beginning. Hold on, let me turn it on. Understand. Hold on. The American, these people are legitimately holding the border open because they understand that the American people are done with their shit. They do not want them in power anymore. And so their solution to that is not to say, hey, we need better policy. We need better solutions for the American people. Their solution is to say, the American people, we'll just bring in more people. So they're bringing in millions upon millions upon millions of people that they plan on making citizens or allowing to vote to make up the difference between the people who used to vote for them that no longer believe in their policies. How is that not treasonous behavior? These people are legitimately holding the board. Did you get it? Did anybody? I mean, and I hate, and they do me like this on purpose because they don't want to hear a nigga mind like my head. They really, and I'm trepid. I've been trepidatious with it because I'm like, well, shoot, niggas, be kind and meek with it. They'll gradually let people look. If y'all ain't gonna let people look, then me saying what I say shouldn't bother y'all. I guess if it really get to bother y'all, can always put a plug on me. I was a Democrat. I cried. I cried tears when Barry Obama, that was my bro, the first blackish president was elected in, and you know his wife and they two little girls. But then it was like, well, shoot, it seemed to get worse for the niggas. Niggas was losing their houses. Niggas was unemployed. Gas was it was bad enough for me because I mean I was a self-employed type of nigga. I was a contractual type of fella. I didn't have an LLC, but you know I had worked underneath an apprenticeship underneath my friend with my brother. I said my brother Cutler. The Quality is First Painting in Nashville, Tennessee. If you need some painting work done, call Quality is First Painting in Nashville, Tennessee. Ask for Anton Cutler. Tell him a Flav extension. I was starts with an intern. I was an apprentice. I was an apprentice under him. The man taught me how to paint. I can paint, you know, I painted in $1 million spots. And it's a skill. And this skill in during that time period when Barry came in office, it was like, well, shoot, since people were losing their houses and the banks were crashing, there wasn't no loans, wasn't no construction loans, wasn't nobody buying houses and stuff. People were losing houses because during the time period before then, them last 4 years of Bush, I was getting money. That's why I don't, the people crowds, the Republicans they racist Republicans. Them people are gonna be what they is, regardless of who in power. So in my mind, I was like looking from the fact that, well, shoot, I was getting money under the table, over the table, in large sums, in small sums, just getting it consistently and efficiently. But then when the housing market crashed, and then it seemed as if the people that weren't Native America, they seem to be able to band together and accept lower fees, lower amounts of money to complete tasks that were definitely worth more than they were charging. So eventually, I got priced out. I lost practically everything I owned in 2009, and then I moved from Nashville, Tennessee to Chicago, Illinois, well, the suburbs of Chicago, Illinois. I'm off some. I was talking about being on Kendra G, but I'm sorry. I got to go into this for a little. I say this to say this. Barack Obama, I just did nothing constructively and tangibly change for the African American, the Negro, the Black person, the nigger folks in America. Now, if you can find it, point it out. Obamacare don't count to me. Trump came in. Yeah, you know, people say, well, they emboldened the races, but then what we talking about? How many black folks that were getting killed, like Trayvon Martin and Philando Castile and Crutcher Terrence Crutcher and um, Alton Sterling. These people died underneath the Democrat rule, underneath the hands of the oppressive class. Well, not the oppressive class, but the soldiers of the oppressive class. I say that to say, well, during Trump, when Trump was in, I came up. I went from temp jobs. I went from temp jobs to getting hired on to one of a job that's paid me the most that I ever made in my life. And I went to college, halfway went to college. I didn't. It's not an accounting job, and it's not as much as I would have made if I'd have got the degree in what I had studied in accounting. Well, accounting, well, I got an accounting degree, but you know, it pays for me. I live comfortably. And you know, I'm not super balling, but you know, it's all about what you put into it. So Biden comes in, and so it's an election year. I look at it like this, man. I have no interest. I have no confidence. You know, I'm discouraged by the Democratic Party and all the years in which Black America has put into the Democratic Party. There has been no constructive or tangible economic empowerment, uh, raising of stature that has occurred underneath the Democratic Party. We all looking for a hand that, well, shit, they made sure y'all niggas and had welfare and social programs. A social program is, well, shoot, here's land for these people right here. We gonna make sure that we subsidize this area of land, you know, whether it be farmland or whatever, and put niggas in there. And so they'll have to be in a position where they ain't got to be congested and say, well, you know, it's a jungle. These animals, they're killing each other in these congested areas of certain communities. They'll be able to be out in a structured in a farm setting. Take it back to the plantation without even putting niggas in, without us having to um, pick cotton or be underneath the whip or the overseer's whip. I don't know. I guess that should have happened, you know, during a time period when like Martin Luther King spoke about the land grants and all that stuff. You know, the 4 acre with the law, the denial of the 4 acres and the mule, but also not only the denial of the 4 acres of the mule, the disproportion or the discriminatory practice of giving prime land or making prime land areas available to those who are not considered. I'm just yapping, y'all. I have no confidence in the Democratic Party. Uh, I never really had any confidence in the Republican Party. You know, liberalism and conservatism as words standing alone, they don't necessarily have any negative or positive connotation. They're just ideologies. And, you know, if you have a certain, you know, you could have a varying levels of each ideology depending on whatever the subject of the topic might be. But hey, you know, I showed that video just to say with them people, they planning on making your vote even obsolete. Even those who might be dedicated to the party, are you're even though you're still dedicated and beholden to the party, in which that has not shown you any type of love, other than the fact they may put a couple of Negroes in figurehead positions, or maybe even not even necessarily Negro American descendants, descendants of slavery or enslavement or indigenous Black Americans. They may put those who are darker melanated, but from other lands, other islands, other continents, whatever. But at the end of the day, it still goes back to the fact that your ancestors built this country, even if it was under force and oppression. The fact remains, this country wouldn't exist without the contribution of your people. But and it has to be put upon the feet of the Democratic Party, because you see this conservative party, these redcoats, even though they half-ass doing it, they say they want to build the wall, they want to defend the border. Because you think about it, those good old American, the overseer class, those people that have ancestors who might have been associated with the master class, they don't want to necessarily see this country become something that is, for lack of a better term, foreign to them. But I'm just talking. I'm just a law-abiding citizen. I receive my daily rations and plug myself upon the plug myself into the frequency of the matrix in order to not, you know, fall underneath cancellation or prosecution. Peace and love to you all, my real beauty of black relationships people. I know I didn't pretty much get content that hit my own personal page, because this is the type of shit I talk about on my own personal page, and also stuff I talk to on my YouTube page. The NGR room, the NGR room, the NGR room, THENGROOM, the NGR room, the NGR room on YouTube. That's my other page. Peace and love on my